Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel Leela WebDev. Today we will be diving into an exciting topic in the Node.js. How to set up the two-way communication between the main thread and also the multiple worker threads using the message channel. So if you are following me the previous videos and something like, we have previously set up a one-way communication channel between the two worker threads. But what we want, if we want to set up a communication from the main thread to talk to both the worker threads means, then what we need to do? So that is what we are covering today. So this is perfect for everyone working with the multi-threading in the Node.js and wanting to understand how to pass the messages back and forth. So let's jump right into this one. So if you want to take it as a challenge, you can stop this video and you can write the code. Why? Because the previous videos, if you are following, that is very easy for you to set up. So now let's try to jump into this one. So now in our previous example, so what we have seen is, so now here in our example 3, so this is the example 3. So we have made a communication between the two worker threads. But here there was a catch. What is that one? The main thread could not send messages to either worker thread. And the worker threads could not send messages back to the main thread. So it is a one-way street and we could only pass data once when creating the threads. So here using the worker data, so we can able to pass. That's it. So now today what we'll try to do in this video, we will be upgrading this setup. So we want this main thread also to communicate with these worker threads, and also this both worker threads needs to communicate again to the main thread. So that means it needs to send the messages back to the main thread, something like that. To do this one, so what we need to do, we need to create two separate message channels. So that is the main thing. So we need to create two separate message channels, one for the main thread to talk to the thread 1 and another for the main thread to talk to thread 2. So let's ready to see how it works. So before I show you my solutions, I already told you, right, there is a challenge for you. So you can pause the video and you can stop the video and you can try to set up the architecture for yourself. So your goal is to create two message channels, one connecting the main thread to the thread 1 and another connecting the main thread to the thread 2. So you should be make sure that the messages should be sent back and forth. So if you are ready means, so just you can work it and give it a shot. So I will wait it for you. So that's it. So let's start with the main thread code in our app.js. So this is our code which we are talking about the two threads, right? So let's try to comment out this one. So let's go here and I will be writing example for communication from main thread to worker thread. Okay. So first of all, let's try to create the two message channels. Constant channel 1 is equal to new message channel. Okay. And another one is constant channel 2 is equal to new message channel. So these are the two channels which I will be trying to do. So here let's try to create the threads. So thread 1 is equal to new worker of calc.js file and we need to pass this worker data, and in this one I will be passing the port, that is here I will be passing channel 1 dot port 2. So port 1 we will keep it in the main thread and we will be having the transfer list. So we need to tell about the transfer list, that is nothing but channel 1 dot port 2. That's it. So let's try to create another one. Constant thread 2 is equal to new worker of calc.js file, and here we need to send the worker data, and that is nothing but port I would be sending channel 2 dot port 2. This I will be sending here, and the transfer list will be the same thing, channel 2 dot port 2. That's it. So okay, so we have created our two threads. So now if I want to listen to the messages which the worker threads are sending means, so here I can do channel 1 dot on, sorry, port 1 dot on of here message. So here we need to write, okay, so here we need to write channel dot message. So here I can write the message here. So console.log, I can use console.log main thread got the message. from channel 1 or from thread 1. Okay, thread 1, and you can write the message. Same scenario, you can copy and you can paste it, but this time this is channel 2 and we got it from the channel 2. That's it. So now this is the thing. So now let's try to go to our code editor, and here I will clear it off and I will be running this one. See, the main thread got the message from thread 1 sending test, and from thread 2 also sending test. This calculator.js is sending the port value. So fine. So now the worker data is sending the messages and we are able to listen to the data. So that is one thing which is happening. Now what I want to do, so now what I want to do it is, so main thread got this, so here we got it, this one all. So now we need to send the data. Okay, so now we need to send the data from the main thread. So how we can send it, let's try to see. So now here, how can I write this one is, let's try to write here channel 1 dot port 1. Okay, so channel 1 dot port 1, we should write this port 1 dot, it's a simple thing, post message. Okay, sending from main thread to thread 1. Okay, and the same thing you can have it for this one also. This time what you will try to have, so here we are writing channel 2 dot port 1 sending from main thread to the thread 2. That's it. So now let's try to run this code again and we'll try to see whether we can able to get the message received from the main thread to thread 1 and message received from main thread to thread 2. So whatever the message we are trying to send it through the worker thread, it is sending the data. So this is what we are trying to do it. So now hope you understood about this one. Okay, so let's break down why this works. Each message channel has two ports. There is nothing but port 1 and port 2. Think of them like the two ends of a phone. We keep port 1 in the main thread. Okay, you already saw that one. We keep the port 1 in the main thread and send the port 2 to the worker thread. This lets the main thread and the worker thread talk to each other through their respective ports. For thread 1, we use the channel 1. Okay, you have seen it. And for thread 2, we use the channel 2. If we had more threads, means say thread 3 or even thread 90, we would just create more channels, one for each thread, but each channel only connects two endpoints. So it is always one-to-one communication, pretty straightforward, right? So that's it guys about this one. So what did we learn today in this video? To enable two-way communication between the main thread and also the worker thread, we will be using the message channels for that one. Creating one channel per worker thread, keeping port 1 in the main thread and port 2 in the, and passing the port 2 to the worker. Use post message to send messages and the on off message event listener to receive them. Don't forget the transfer list. So what we are trying to use it. So here we are trying to use the transfer list. When using ports to workers, it is crucial for transferring ownership. This setup is super powerful for building multi-thread application in Node.js. You can send data back and forth as much as you want, not just one set thread creation. That's it for today's video. I hope this helped you understand how to set up two-way communication in Node.js worker threads. So let me know in the comments if you found this video useful, and also hit the like button, subscribe and ring the bell for more coding tutorials. Until then, see you in the next video. Bye.